The Liebherr LHM 550 is a mobile harbour crane, and it's a hefty piece of kit weighing in at 440 tonnes. This model is in the smaller 1:87 scale, but it still comes in a very big box, and it's even got its own carry handle. Opening it up, there's a set of instructions and the usual pair of expanded polystyrene trays. The instruction sheet is good because it has pictures and text describing how to assemble the model. On this side it's all written in English, but if you get stuck you can try your luck on the other side where the instructions are written in German. The trays are factory sealed with tape so we can give the knife an outing, and when we lift the lid we can see that the model is quite big. This model is different from the previous LHM 500 version, and one of the differences is that the boom sections on this model are joined together by tiny brass nuts and bolts. Tools are provided to do them up, but on the review model one of the tools didn't fit very well. Anyway, let's get on and build the model up, so the first thing we'll do is to add on the top of the boom to the bottom of the boom, and once they're lined up we can just temporarily feed in the bolts and then add the nuts on the end. Reeving the crane is a little bit different from many other crane models, and that's because there are two lengths of hoist rope coming from the hidden hoist drum inside the body. Each side has to be reeved independently, and firstly it goes up and over the tower. Then it goes to a pulley at the end of the boom, and after that it doesn't go to the hook, but in fact it goes back to the tower and over another pulley. The reason this is done is because it's geometrically designed so that when the boom is lowered, the hook always stays at the same height. This is called level luffing. Anyway, the ropes go back over the end of the boom, and then they can be tied on each side of the hook, and the trick is to try and keep the hook tied off so that it hangs level. After that, a little bit of a haircut keeps it looking neat and tidy. Looking underneath, there's not much detail, but the intricacy of the 20 wheel sets can be seen. The spreader plates are simpler and have a visible screw thread, but most of the walkways are metal, which is nice for a 1:87 scale model. The body and the counterweight are all a metal casting with nice sharp graphics, and the enclosed tower is also metal. The cab detailing has a seat, but other than that it's fairly simple. At the tower top there are nice metal pulleys as there are on the rest of the model, and the lattice boom is a nice composite metal casting. At the boom tip there is a plastic dolly wheel, and the hook is metal with a good weight. This is a mobile harbour crane, and one of the best aspects of the model is the working wheels. They roll well in a straight line, but also each wheel set is individually adjustable for steering. And as long as you're prepared to carefully set each of the 20 wheel sets, all of the steering modes of the real crane can be replicated. That includes going in a curve, or going in a straight line, crab fashion, or even side to side. But perhaps the most fun setting is rotating on the spot. Anyway, after some fun driving, it's time to get down to work, so let's pull out the outrigger beams and lower the pads. You can set the model to be wheels free, which is always nice, and when the crane is set up, the whole thing rotates very smoothly. By inserting a key into the body, you can drive the crane, and the model does a good job spooling out equal lengths of thread to keep the hook level. The last bit of functionality on the model is to alter the angle of the boom, or to use the technical term, to luff it. And it is unusual because on this crane it's controlled by a hydraulic tension cylinder. But in this respect the model is very good because you can set the boom to pose at any angle. The boom can be posed fully down and resting on the dolly wheel, and it will also hold the pose if raised slightly. In this view we're now raising the boom, and you can see the action of the level luffing geometry. As the boom is raised, the hook gets closer and closer to the crane, but it basically stays at the same height, giving one less thing for the operator to have to worry about. In real life, the LHM 550 is very large, and you can get a sense of that by comparing it to a road tipper in the same scale. Even in 1:87 scale, this is a big model, so let's get the tape out, and at the top is about 84 centimeters or 33 inches. Mobile harbour cranes are interesting and unusual machines, and they certainly make for impressive scale models. NZG has done a very nice job with the LHM 550. It's got good detailing for the scale and the functionality is very good. It's not a cheap model, but it is good enough to highly recommend.